what's up everybody, it's Amaya. So, you ever have one of those days where you're just like, done? I don't even really know why. Like, nothing really happened. You're just tired and done and you just need to go do something that you love and just like, you just need to go do a hobby or do something. What makes you happy, you just have to go do it and just be away from people. That's me right now. I don't know what happened today. Nothing really happened, I guess. Other than, I just couldn't. I just need to sit down. I don't want to film a makeup tutorial. I don't want any stress. I just need to sit down. So I'm like, why not do a favorites video? I never do favorites videos. So why not do one? I am going to be doing a favorites video, my January favorites. Today is the first day of February. Speaking of which, just changed my calendar to February. I haven't done a favorites video since April, I think. But mostly that's because I don't have a lot of new products from month to month, and so about like I feel every few months I do them, or I just kind of forget about them and I'm like, I don't know. I don't really love favorites videos. I don't really like watching them, so I guess I just don't really like doing them. I guess we will just get started with this video, and yeah. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to share with you is actually not a makeup item. It is my Clarisonic Mia 2. I think this is a Mia 2. No, Clarisonic Mia. This is just the Mia. But this I got for Christmas, and I am in love. I can't go a day without using this, or I notice a dramatic difference in my skin. I have really dry skin, so it can feel very tight and dry. And I just really love the feeling of exfoliating. Like, I love exfoliators on my face. I know some people don't like that, but I personally love it. And so this is why I love this. If you guys don't know what a Clarisonic is, it's basically just a brush. When you press this, it turns on, and I can't tell if it like vibrates or spins or both, but basically it does something really fast. When you put your finger on it, it feels like it's vibrating. And you just put this on your face and scrub like that. I like the original brush that it came with. It came with like a sensitive skin brush, but for some reason I feel like that one is rougher than this one. I don't know why, but I really like this brush. And I do this pretty much morning and night. If I don't have time to do it in the morning, then I always do it at night. I take off my makeup and then I use this, and that is just perfection for me. And what I love using with the Clarisonic is this, and this is the e.l.f. Daily Face Cleanser. You can buy this on e.l.f.com, and I also saw it in Target, so now they have this e.l.f. skincare in Target. But this is just their daily face cleanser. Now, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about the e.l.f. skincare line, and I think it's because it's actually not that spectacular. I know a lot of people were kind of like, yeah, it's okay, but I really like this cleanser. I don't feel like it does something like, wow, like my skin is amazing, but it works. It does its job. And I'm almost out of the bottle because that's how much I use it. You don't have to use this with a Clarisonic, but if you are using a Clarisonic, you want to use some sort of face wash like this, which is just like a liquidy, like foaming one. And so you can just use this by yourself. It doesn't have to be used with the Clarisonic, but I really like using it. I really like the smell. It has like a soap smell. Like, it just smells like soap, and I really like that smell. I know some people might not, but I do. I feel like it's just very nice. I like how it makes my skin feel. It doesn't break me out, doesn't dry me out, doesn't make me oily. I like it. I guess just continue on with the face, and I have this. This is the NYX First Base Primer Spray. And have this ever happened to you where you walk into a store, if you're a makeup lover, and you walk into a store and you see a product that's brand new? Now, if you're like me, you're like, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to spend my money on that. I am super frugal with my money, and I will not buy something unless I know I'm going to use it or I know it's going to work. I had heard nobody talk about this. Like, I still haven't heard anybody talk about this. And let me tell you, why? You all need to go out and get this. This stuff is amazing. It has a super fine mist. Like, I feel like it's much finer than the setting spray, and it's like the same amount that you get in the setting spray, same bottle, but it sprays way better. But this stuff is just awesome. I do like 1, 2, 3, 4 squirts on my face, and that kind of like wets my face, and then I just let it dry and it becomes a little bit tacky, and then I put my foundation on. My foundation goes on so smoothly. I'm not even joking. This stuff is the bomb. Also, another skincare item is this. This is the Clarks Botanicals Deep Moisture Mask. Now, I am almost out of this, as you can see. I got this in my Ipsy bag. This is a sample size, and I have fallen deeply, deeply, deeply in love with this product. And I'm not even joking. First of all, it smells like something, but I don't know what it smells like. It smells very, like, natural, but not, like, patchouli kind of feet smell. It smells like very clean, fresh, natural, and it works like no other moisturizer I have ever used. This says that you can use it as a mask or also just use it as a moisturizer if you apply a thin layer. And I used it once as a mask and it worked great. And then I started using it as a moisturizer and oh my god, this stuff is amazing. The only problem is it's $72 for a full size and I am not spending $72. So it's really sad. I'm like trying to use it up as little as I can because I love this. Speaking of primers, I have this, and this is the e.l.f. Glitter Primer. Now, I've heard Kathleen Lights say this is just absolutely fantastic, and I have to agree. This stuff, well, it works great with ColourPop eyeshadows. First of all, use this if you have ColourPop eyeshadows. You get a lot in here, and you only have to use a teeny tiny bit. This works great with pigments, with glitter. Like, it works with everything. Even if you just want to use it as an eyeshadow base, it gets nice and sticky, but it's not like, you know, too sticky. It's nice and sticky. It keeps your eyeshadow on all day, all night. It's like the best thing I have ever used. I guess we'll talk about some face products now, and I have to talk about these guys. These are two of the three of the Manizer sisters. This is Mary Lou, and this is Cindy Lou, and they are the Manizer sisters. So, Mary Lou is your typical whitish highlight, and she is one of the best highlights I have ever used. Can you just see that right there? It's just like perfect. It's great for fair skin. Fair skin can wear this really well. My skin tone, which is like fair medium, works great. I feel like even if you are more medium, you could definitely use this. It's just a really nice universal highlight. It's super pigmented. You put it on and you're just like, yeah, I'm having a good highlight day. If you want to try out any of the Bomb's products, buy this. This is the first thing you need to buy. You will not regret it. So the second one is Miss Cindy, and she is like the pink version of Mary. Now, she is also a highlighter, but as you can see, she is very pink tone, almost like my skin tone, but like pink. And I use her as a blush. Now, a lot of people use Cindy as a highlight. If you're into pink highlights, then you will definitely like this one because it's a nice like peachy rosé. But it's not as intense of a highlighter as Mary Lou is, so I use this one as blush, like, all the time. This is my favorite blush right now because you just put it on and it's not like an intense blush. It doesn't make you look crazy. It just gives you this like pink sheen. Another product from the Balm, again, that I have been loving. I've just been loving the Balm. I've been like in love with them. I mean, who wouldn't be? Their packaging is amazing. This is the Balm Desert. So this is a bronzer slash blush. And you may be thinking, bronzer, blush, what? If you look at it, you can kind of see why it's called a bronzer and a blush. So it is like a reddish, pinkish toned bronzer. It's right here. What that means when they say it's a bronzer and a blush is that it has enough pink in it where it can be categorized as a blush, but it still has enough brown and deepness in it to be categorized as a bronzer. So if you put this on, it will just look so natural. So if you really like red tone bronzers, then definitely get this. Again, it is a little bit expensive, but it is such a unique item. Another face product is something on the lower end and much more affordable, and that is this. This is the e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzing Powder in St. Lucia. This is like their original one, I think. And a lot of people say this is very similar to like NARS Orgasm and Laguna duo, and I don't know, I don't own that. But I love, love, love the bronzer in here. You can see the difference between this bronzer and this one right here. You can see that this one's much more red tone and this one's much more orangey brown. But it is not orange in the least. It is very pigmented when I swatch it, but it doesn't go on the face like really heavy. It's just a really nice light bronzer. You could even kind of contour slightly with this because it is still on the cooler tone side. It's not too orange, but I just use this pretty much as an everyday bronzer. It's just super, super easy. Blush in here, I'm not the hugest fan of because it is a little bit sparkly. It's right here, but if you're looking for something similar to the Cindy Luminizer, which is right here, it's really, really good. It's just a tad bit more sparkly than Cindy is, but they're pretty much the same color. This one's just a little bit more pink and a little bit more sparkly. Another face product is this highlighter from ColourPop, and this is Smoke and Whistles. So this is a cream slash powder highlight. No one can really figure out exactly what ColourPop is. Is it a cream? Is it a gel? Is it a powder? No one really knows. I have to say, I don't really care because this is bomb. This, like, I just put my finger in there a lot. You don't even need to do it that much. Just, and you're done. This is what it looks like. It's a really silvery kind of highlight, which I normally hate. But this is the perfect, like, base highlight, I feel like. If you're super fair, you're also going to like this. I feel like it has a little bit of pink in it, too, which is, like, this is, like, exactly the opposite of what I go for, but I've been using it so much, and I've been getting so many compliments on this. It's just perfection. I'm actually wearing it today on top of Lunch Money, which is another ColourPop highlight that I do like. But Smoke and Whistles is just absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. So why don't we move on to eyes now. I guess I'll keep continuing with ColourPop because I did just talk about them. And I have two ColourPop eyeshadows to share with you guys. One is a matte and one is a metallic. The matte one is called Glow, and this is one of their Super Shock shadows. This came in the Kathleen Lights quad, but you can buy it individually on ColourPop's website. You do not have to buy it in the quad, although I would highly recommend the quad if you love warm tones. They're just perfect. But this looks like a beigey kind of color, but when you swatch it, I don't even know if it'll show up on my skin. It's right there. It's like the perfect white. Either you did a cut crease or you just want something very natural but still matte. This is the perfect shade. It's not too pigmented to the point where it's like chalk on your eye, but it's like just white enough that it brightens up the eye. It's just a great basic shadow. This one is Fringe, and as you can see, I have used this quite a bit so far. This is like just a beautiful goldish champagne color, and I'm not the hugest fan of the metallic shadows from ColourPop. I prefer the pearlized ones. Here it is right here. But it's just so perfect, especially if you want something a little bit sparkly. Just put this on and it's like perfect. I'm going to talk about a palette, and this is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette. Oh my goodness, this one has gotten so much hype, and I know why. It's beautiful, okay? Okay. You guys need to get this if you don't have it. It is $10, which is like expensive for e.l.f., but I mean, like, how fast are you really gonna go through these shadows? I mean, come on. They are really, really pigmented. Like, let me just swatch, let me swatch this red one. Holy cow, right here. I went like this. 1, 2, 3. They're super creamy. They don't have a lot of kickoff, which I don't really care about, but I know a lot of people that is a problem for them with like the Kat Von D shadows. But look at that. That was just one swatch. Especially if you're a beginner and you need a first palette, get this one. It's all matte, and you can just buy a few other eyeshadows that are shimmery, and you have everything you need. I'm also going to talk about some eyeshadows that I have in my Z palette right here, and I'm just going to kind of lift them out of here. One of them is Purely Naked right here. This is from Makeup Geek, and it is the perfect all-over lid shade. You can also use this in the crease because it's not super shimmery, but it's not completely matte either. It is literally like the same color as my skin, but it has little tiny like sparkles in it that you can barely see. They're almost like little reflex. But it is the perfect nude shade. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I love it so much. I haven't really seen anything like it in any of my other palettes, so that's why I love it so much. And then we also have Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek, which I'm sure you've heard a ton about, especially if you watch Jaclyn Hill. But it is the perfect, like, peachy, neutral tone, especially if you have, like, my color skin, or even a little bit lighter, even a little bit darker. If you just have any sort of like yellowy toned skin, even pink toned skin, but especially if you have yellowy toned skin, this looks gorgeous on you because it's just like a nice kind of transition where you know there's something there, but you can't really see it. I'm going to talk about 3 brushes from Morphe. They are the M330, the M501, and the M439. So I'll start with this guy. This guy is just your average foundation brush, but oh my god, it is perfect. It's just dense enough that it really packs on everything, but it's not so dense that you feel like you're stabbing yourself with a rock. You know that feeling? It's not a good feeling. I'm a sponge girl, but this brush has taken the place of my Real Technique sponge when I'm putting on foundation. I haven't put foundation on my Real Technique sponge in like forever. Then I have this, and this is the perfect highlighting brush. I know you guys have heard about this if you've watched Jaclyn Hill, but it is perfect for highlighting. It just gets right on that cheekbone, and it's just so fluffy and it picks up product so nice, and I don't know. This is just the best brush for highlighting. I don't even know. Then this brush is just your average fluffy crease brush, and I did a tutorial. It was my like cool toned with red lip tutorial, and I use this brush almost exclusively, but that's just because it's like perfect for blending out the crease. It's so fluffy and so soft. I do occasionally have some like hairs come out of this, especially when I first got it. I had a lot of stuff coming out. Then I washed it, and I haven't had a whole lot since. You will get like one or two occasionally, but it's not like anything. It's not like it's like shedding to like death. But it is absolutely amazing. I love this brush. I feel like it's a dupe for the MAC 224 from what I've seen. It looks very similar to what I've seen. I don't own that brush, but from what I've seen, it looks very, very similar. So then I'm just going to talk about this glue real quick. This is the Revlon Precision Lash Adhesive. Oh my god. I've heard Manny MUA and Patrick Starr talk about this and be like, you guys need to go get this. And I'm so glad I did, because it is perfection. It has such a nice applicator that you can just put the glue on and your lashes stay on forever. I'm not even joking. Anything, this stuff keeps it on like cement. So the last three products I have to talk about are lip products, and this one is a ColourPop lippy stick, which I don't know if I've mentioned in the favorites before. I don't think I have, but it's in the shade Cookie, and as you can see, if I scroll it down, you can't even see it. Like, gotta scroll it up a while till I get it, but it's just the perfect nude shade right there on my thumb. This is my perfect nude right here. Cookie is my perfect nude. It's the perfect balance between peach and brown and pink. It looks so natural on the lips, and it stays on for a really long time too, because it is the matte finish. Another one that I have loved is the Ofra liquid lipstick in Sao Paulo. I love actually mixing these two together, but they actually look very, very similar to each other. Here's Sao Paulo on top, and there's Cookie on the bottom. The only thing about Sao Paulo is it's slightly paler, so this one does give you a little bit more of that like concealer lip, but in the best way possible. By itself, it can look a little too pale, but it all depends on your preference for nude lips, and it depends on your eyes and all that sorts of stuff. Then I have a gloss, which is super weird because I never wear glosses, and this is the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. I wanted to get Fortune Cookie because you know me and my nudes, but they did not have it at the Ulta that I went to, so I chose this because I wanted a nice pink gloss to kind of pink my nudes up a little bit. And it's right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is so beautiful. It looks great over pretty much any lip color. It's just the right amount of pink, but it's not too, you know, baby doll pink to the point where you look like you're like from the 80s. And it smells amazing. So that is it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys liked it. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, my camera's going to run out of room in 10 seconds, so I will see you guys later. Bye, guys. Mwah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Amaya. Don't know what's it gonna be. No, no. But I had in my foundation on. My foundation. This is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Either cut crease or cut crease. This is just like the best I don't even know. Y'all need to know. Go get it.